This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Porkfest.com.
Yeah, my first question is, I realize you can't speak to the specifics of the case of William Walker, but what happens when someone gets their guns confiscated and they're supposed to get them back? I guess there's some kind of a process you feel you need to go through first?
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of reasons why we might come in possession of firearms, and it's a simple process. We have an initial request for return of a firearms form, and then we'll run a background check on that person to make sure that they're not prohibited from carrying a firearm, and then we'll release the firearm to them if they're not prohibited from possessing the firearm. And it's a matter of public safety and welfare, and that obviously we'd be negligent in the event that we provided a firearm to someone that was prohibited from having a firearm.
Now, my understanding, though, is there is some sort of rules that come into effect that are supposed to limit your ability to perform certain types of checks. Is that true?
Well, again, this form exists for a reason. In the event that we get a request, I would assign that request to a detective. They'll do a simple background check on the person, and thereafter, if the person is prohibited from possessing a firearm, the firearm is returned.
So there's no law that prevents you from performing the background check?
Well, I'm running off of an in-house form that we routinely use under the circumstances. And we, as I said, just do the check and give the person a firearm if not prohibited from possessing it.
And is the check just on the person, or do you run the firearms too?
Yeah, we would run a check on the firearm as well to make sure that it's not a stolen firearm.
Okay. So if someone wanted their firearms back and they had an objection to your background check, what would happen at that point?
Well, I mean, if there's an issue with the policy, I mean, certainly they wanted to challenge that. We could probably work with our city solicitor's office, but this is our policy. It's an in-house policy with respect to getting a form filled out. As I said, it's certainly a simple process. The form gets filled out by the person, and we thereafter assign the check to be done by one of the detectives, and they'll complete the check. Simple process.
Are there any other cities in the state that are doing this, or towns?
I don't know that.
Okay. Has it been signed off on what you're doing by the Department of Safety? Don't they have some sort of say over firearms policy?
Well, this is our in-house policy with respect to having the checks done on the person.
Okay. Yeah, is there some sort of a home, well, there's no home rule here, I guess, so is there some sort of a law that authorizes that? I mean, again, I thought that the state government was supposed to be sort of in charge of all, of all firearms policy type thing.
Again, you need to realize that if a person comes in here and is a prohibited person, and we then thereafter provide them a firearm or transfer a firearm to them, we'd be negligent. And so to avoid that negligence, if you will, we need to perform a check. So that's what we do.
Would it be a
matter of public safety and welfare?
Would it be a violation of law if you were to return a firearm to someone and they turned out to be prohibited?
Yeah, I mean, certainly we should not, under no circumstances would we give a firearm to someone who we have reason to believe or know that they're prohibited from carrying a firearm.
Okay.
Again, it's a matter of public safety.
All right. Well, like I said, Captain, I appreciate your prompt response. I probably could ask you some tougher questions, but I don't really know enough to at this point.
Okay.
You take care.
All right, see you now.
All right, bye.
Porkfest.com.
Did you enjoy the New Hampshire Liberty Forum? Would you like another crack at New Hampshire during a prettier time of year? Porcupine Fest happens every summer. It's your chance to experience America's freest state and its most effective liberty movement. Don't miss the fun. Sign up now.
PorkFest.org.